Hi, air sign energies, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing a bit of a different reading for you. Now, it's different because I have all the air sign energies together, so we're just trying something new here. And it's also an Imbolc reading, which is a Celtic festival that marks the halfway point between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So I'm very excited about this reading. It should be absolutely beautiful. And Imbolc is on the 1st of February. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. So, let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. So, if the Fool, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Hangman, we have the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Swords reversed. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about the Four of Swords reversed. We're not getting enough rest. We're also not honoring our story. There's almost a sense of us not seeing ourselves for one reason or another. And as an air sign energy, that's very detrimental to who we are. We are our stories. Now, that's true for human beings just in general. We are simply our stories. We're the stories of our families. We're the stories of the way we were raised, like the way we remember our childhood, everything like that. We are just simply the conglomeration of stories. And that's so sacredly important, even though it can feel like such a flippant statement to make. It's not at all. And it's air sign energy, focusing with the air that goes into our body, that powers our words, that fuels us forward. That is an important thing. So, slowing down and resting is going to be one of the most important things we can do for ourselves. It's also going to be one of the hardest things we can do for ourselves. We are going to exemplify burning the candle at both ends. We are going to push and then push. And then when we're exhausted, we're going to think, you know what I'm going to do? Just push some more. It's okay. Just keep going. And that's not going to be okay. We're going to find that we'll start to fray at the edges. We'll start to feel rather sad or rather weepy or rather, stressed out, agitated more. We could go to anger instead of sorrow, depending on our personality type. So do be mindful about this during this time. We sacredly need to slow down, honor our stories, and honor ourselves. We need to take things bit by bit, and we need to see the armor that we're always wearing. What are we always protecting ourselves from? What have we learned to protect ourselves from when we were small and the world was much more out of our hands than it is now, even though the world can seem very much out of our hands now as well. So being aware of this is going to be super, super important. So let's talk about Imbolc. It is a time of renewal. It is a time of new beginnings. It is a holiday deeply connected to the Celtic goddess Bridget. And this is absolutely exquisite because the Celtic goddess Bridget was, associated with poetry, fertility, and healing. But the Celtic goddess Bridget was so important that she became the Celtic saint Bridget. Because in the conquering, in Christianity's conquering of the world, you could say, well, it's conquering, at least, of the pagan traditions, it said, take their gods and make them our saints. Take their holy places, construct our churches. And that was very important. It was a brilliant tactic, you could say, in marketing and show of power and whatever it is, and however it is that you want to word this. But Saint Bridget is one of the most powerful saints. And there's the Bridget Cross. Saint Bridget is deeply honored and revered to this day. And that is the power that is, mainly also linked to the power of the goddess that she was. So this is a very, very, very powerful time. She's linked to fire. So here is a time where we're told to honor our poetry, to honor our fertility as beings, not in necessarily the procreation of life, but the sense of how do I create? How do I cultivate? How do I move things forward? How do I embrace the growing? And there's a sorrow right now for us air sign energies around the growing. And Spirit's like, why? But I feel that very strongly. And it's just making things a little bit slower, a little bit harder, a little bit like kind of like walking through mud. It's just cumbersome. So just being aware of this. We're also going to be going through a healing. And a healing can be painful before it is beautiful, or can stir up a lot of things that we've pushed down before we find our balance. So with the Two of Pentacles, there's a sense of having a slippery road around us. Our emotions can be all over the place. We can feel like we're juggling everything, trying to see everything, trying to understand everything, and there's trickery behind us. So just be mindful, keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, even though it's going to be a bit hard. With the hangman, we're seeing things differently, and we're almost finding ourselves in a different place. Now, here there's a sense of, where am I? What do I want to be? Like, where do I need to be? How do I need to move forward? We can feel very unsure of our footing. And Spirit is saying, be patient with yourself. The Seven of Pentacles says, hey, listen, slow down and be patient. We can want things instantaneously. We want like an Amazon delivery, right? We want next day delivery instantaneously, right to our door, super quick, super easy. And what we're going to see here with the Seven of Pentacles, we're waiting for the fruit to ripen. We're waiting for things to be in season. And our lives are that way as well. We need to wait for the season to come forward. We want it in our time, but it needs to be in divine time. And that connection is one of the most powerful things we can ever have. That connection to divine timing, that connection to our angels and our spirit guides. And we can also be really kind of restless for it, because in the story of our existence, it's coming closer. It's coming to this time. We're just not seeing it yet. With the Fool, we're going to be jumping forward. The Fool is embarking on a new story. It is moving forward towards what we desire, what we want. And with the story of Paradis, I believe that is his name. In Celtic tradition, okay, Paradis was his mother's only son. So, his mother's only remaining son. His mother was a lady. She owned this beautiful estate, and she was the mistress of it because her husband had been killed. He was a knight. He had been killed. All her sons, I think she had 8 sons before him, or 7 sons before him, had all perished in service to the king. And so she said, my son will never, ever, ever know what a knight is. She's like, I'm taking it off the table completely. And one day, Paradis is out in the forest, and he's playing. He's having a good old time. And his mother had decreed that no knight should even step onto her land, so her son would never know that knights even existed. But a group of knights had gotten lost and wandered into the forest where Paradis was playing. And they said to him, excuse me, like, son, like, where are we? And he said, what are you? And they told him. And at that moment, he was like, I know what I'm supposed to be. So he told them how to get out of the forest. And then he went home and he packed his bags and he told his mother, I'm leaving. I know what I was born to be. But he had never known it before that moment. He had never seen it before that day. Something that had been kept from him, that had been hidden from him, became known by accident, by chance, by fate. And it changed the course of his life. The Fool is telling us, listen, there are things that are going to be happening along our path and along our way. It's going to change the course of our life. Do we go with it, or do we resent it? Do we see where the road takes us? Or do we say, but this was my plan and this was my dream, or this is what somebody else wanted me to be? There's going to be a power in leaping forward. There's a guidance that comes with us. And Spirit is saying here, leap, go, see. It's not being reckless, it's not being foolish, okay? Those are different things. But it is taking that leap of faith towards a dream. But it's also knowing that you will fall and you will fail. You're not going to go. Paradis is not going to go and instantaneously be a knight. He has to do all the shop work first. So here it is, I find my dream. I see what it is that I desire, and I'm going to have to muck out stables. I'm going to have to, do the dirty work in order to get there. But as long as you're following with love and tenacity of heart and spirit and beauty, you're finding your balance. But you're finding yourself in a world you never expected to be in. You're finding yourself in a place you didn't know you needed. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and Spirit guides. Here we have abundance reversed. We're not feeling abundant. Why? I don't know. Right now, I feel like it's in the alignment with our stars. It's something about the air sign energy. It's something about the shift of it all. I do not know. But we're not feeling abundant. And so when abundance comes reversed, it's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I see it. I feel it. Here, there's almost a sense of, no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, I'm never going to get ahead. And Spirit's like, why? It's almost as if we've given up on our story. We've given up on ourselves. Now, we can also just be tired, which can be a thing. Like, a good night's sleep at a proper time can be very, very, very important for us. So just be mindful about this as I say these words, and I never heed this advice. I'm not always the best of sleepers. So here, just be aware. Just be aware also that your dreams are being guarded. There's almost a sense of feeling vulnerable, vulnerable while you sleep, or vulnerable, for one reason or another. There's a part of you that is awakening, but it needs to be properly cared for first before it awakens. So that's interesting as well. So let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is divine wisdom. Yeah. So divinity, God, source, spirit, however you say it, however you see it, is going to be guiding you during this time, leading you forward, giving you little morsels, little hints, little ideas. Take it. The soul star chakra is located 6 inches above our crown. This knowledge is raining down on us. We're going to be getting it. And we're going to be thinking, I'm really tired. I don't want to. I'm really overwhelmed. I just don't have time for this. And yet it is going to be those things that are calling to our hearts, calling to our souls. And we know it too. We know it, cognitively. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have 2. We have the 5 of Pentacles, poverty mentality, which Spirit has already touched on, that sense of I do not feel abundant. There is something that has happened in our lives that make us think that abundance is for somebody else and not for me. I can only get so close, and then I fall down that ladder again. I can only get to a certain point, and then it is taken away from me. The 5 of Pentacles is being on the outside looking in. That might have been how we spent our childhoods. We're on the outside for one reason or another, looking in. We didn't have the same finances as everybody else. Or, our family argued about money. So we were always super, super concerned about it. And we're never going to get to be as carefree or happy or this or that as others. It's a load of bull. It is a load of bull. It is a weight that we are carrying that is part of our wound to heal, but not our wound to live by. The Queen of Pentacles, when we're being told to be mindful of it, there's some sort of energy vibration around people. Certain people we're not going to like. Trust it. Trust your gut. Okay? But also be mindful when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to success. Prosperity and success, abundance is not only I can have a mountain, not a mountain. Well, I mean, maybe you could buy a mountain, you could buy an island, you could buy whatever you wanted, right? And I could have unlimited funds. I'm just going to be richer and richer and richer and richer. Some of the richest people do not have a lot of money at all. Following our happiness, following our purpose, connecting, that's important as well. There's a quieting of our soul. There's a needing to connect. There's almost a sense of getting so close and then just being overwhelmed, taking care of ourselves, slowing it down and healing us. That's going to be an important thing. Really saying, listen, I'm taking care of me. That's going to be a game changer. And we need to do it. We're not going to want to do it for one reason or another. And it can be that we think, sleep is for the weak, or, I need to keep on hustling. I need to keep on making more money. I need to keep on, pushing and pushing and pushing, but we're balancing too much. And what's going to happen is we're going to balance none of it. We're just going to be overwhelmed, and we're going to see things start to slip and start to fall. It's going to play into the 5 of Pentacles, which says, see, you were never supposed to be successful anyway. What made you think you could be? And it starts the whole cycle over again. Stop. Be patient. Be patient with your harvest. Be patient with the seeds that you are planting. Know that every season comes. It may not be exactly the way that we imagined it when we were 15 years old, and that's quite okay. But our season comes. I always think of my paternal grandmother when I see this card. I remember she would cut up strawberries, and the strawberries weren't always ripe, and she'd put sugar on them because it made them sweet. And I remember thinking, what a trick. What a trick. That was amazing. And my maternal grandmother would not do that because she did not approve of sugar being on fruit at all. Actually, it was my great grandmother. She did not approve of being on sugar on fruit at all. She was like, nope, absolutely not. It's too expensive to just put it all over the strawberries. You can wait for the strawberries to ripen. And she said, wait, you'll see a ripened strawberry tastes better than one covered in sugar. She goes, that's not a real ripe strawberry. And she was right. And ones that you pick from your own garden, soaked in by the sun, those are the most amazing strawberries of all. So here, be patient. There's a reason that there are seasons for things, seasons for strawberries. There's a reason why they were grown a certain way, why they're created that way. It's connecting back to our earth, to our soul, to ourselves. It's seeing us in a different place, seeing us in a different way. We're getting used to that. We're getting used to a new season of our life that's knocked us off balance. And we see that effect financially, but we're going to see it more with the way that we think of ourselves as being prosperous. We can feel like things are being pushed away, or I'm never going to be as prosperous as I want to be, or I'm not what I desire. And Spirit's like, why? Look at you. Embrace you. Our subconscious message is coming forward. Now, if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a heart in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on the 1st of March. So good luck to everybody. Keep your eyes open for the video that will be announcing the winner. And also, don't be scammed by anybody contacting you in the comment box. It will not be me. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see, subconsciously, we have nature. What is our nature? Are we connecting with nature? What are we afraid of? What is keeping us from fully connecting with who we are and what we want? Our subconscious chakra message is determination. This is the solar plexus chakra. My gosh, are we stubborn? Embrace that stubbornness. Our determination, our focus. We think we're being too obsessive. No, it's not we're too obsessive. It's like we're so focused, we're so determined, right? We're like that salmon swimming upstream. We are so driven, and then we're just exhausted. It's like, oh, fine. And then we crash. We have to learn to balance things. Our determination will get us far, but we also have to learn how to take care of ourselves and embrace that determination, because we go through moments of, in time periods of just like intensity, and then we have burnout. And then we have intensity, then we have burnout. And we need to have balance, is what we need to have. It's not meaning that determination will ever go away. We're stubborn. That is just part of an air sign energy. We're stubborn. But it is being determined and being focused. Oh my gosh. You know what I did forget before we go and talk about our energy to be mindful of and our subconscious tarot message? The crystals for this time, if you want to carry one in your pocket or wear one, are for Imbolc are amethyst for calm, protection, clarity, and for setting our intentions. Moonstone for soothing and nurturing ourselves. Granite for passion and fertility. Quartz for purity and amplifying, and citrine for abundance and prosperity. Which, I mean, right now, with everything that we're going through, carry a citrine in your pocket. That would be a really, really good thing. And then we have our herbs. Now, I've been cooking with these herbs, so I know it's not quite Imbolc yet, but I've been cooking with these herbs to like really infuse that energy for everyone. And so there's bay leaves it's bay for success, basil for love, prosperity, and protection, sage for wisdom, purity, and protection, as well as memory. Lavender, which I put into water. I didn't put it into, the sauce I was cooking. But you can do sauce, you can do stews with these. Lavender for calm and relaxation, and rosemary for memory, purification, and protection. And if you're allergic to any of these herbs, don't eat them, okay? Don't do that. But eat the ones that are good for you and get along with your body. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Three of Wands reversed. So just be mindful that certain avenues, horizons don't seem bright, like it doesn't seem open to us. It doesn't mean that we're failing, okay? It just means that we're heading in a different direction. Our subconscious tarot message is the Nine of Pentacles. Stand where you are now and start to see your success. Our past, it's over. We can get caught in the past, we can get caught in the future. What we're not seeing is how gosh darn hard we've worked to stand in the success that we stand in now. We have had our setbacks, our pains. You would be standing in a place and saying, Dane, I don't ever want to stand here again. That's fine, you're being forged. It's not supposed to be pleasant. Your determination and your focus in this time of renewal and new beginnings is leading you. Mind your purse. Be very, very mindful of the money you spend. Okay, that's important. It will be very easy to get caught up in things. Don't count your eggs before they're hatched, right? Or your chickens before they're hatched. Be aware of that as well. Also look over. Don't just take somebody else's word for it. Look over things. Check things again. All right? All right. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a blessed Imbolc. Bye.